Okay, you're gonna beat this kid, Jake Paul?
Very badly.
I know he's in his prime, he's fat.
I'm not fat.
He should be lean and mean, he's fat and funky.
Welcome back to Quick Rundowns.
Promising that this one will not. That was a shot. Hospital task, the referee.
This man on the planet.
More weight equals more power. I'm coming for you, Tyson.
Terrible.
Derek, what the fuck?
That's not my fault. That's not my...
Today, we're diving into one of the most ridiculous rivalries in boxing. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Yes, you heard that right. The problem child trying to take on the baddest man on the planet. Honestly, it's like watching a toddler try to tackle a bear. Let's break it down. First off, can we talk about Jake Paul's antics? I mean, who does he think he is? This kid waltzes around like he's the king of the ring, spraying prime on Mike Tyson like it's holy water. I get it, he wants attention, but dude, you're not in a playground anymore. This is boxing, not a YouTube prank. And then there's the way he tries to throw punches at Tyson in those videos. It's like watching a puppy try to bark at a lion. Jake, my man, you've got to realize Mike Tyson isn't just any fighter, he's a legend. The man could probably knock you out in his sleep. You can't intimidate someone who has literally spent decades intimidating. Now, don't get me wrong, I respect Jake for stepping into the ring and trying to carve out his own path. But this isn't just a boxing match, it's a lesson in humility. Tyson has faced the best of the best, and let's be real, Jake's just not in that league yet. I mean, calling Tyson out while munching on fast food? That's peak Jake Paul.
I know he's in his prime, he's fat.
I'm not fat.
He should be lean and mean, he's fat and funky.
It's heavyweight.
He's fat.
Fuck you, Mike.
I don't know he's in his prime, he's fat. He should be lean and mean, he's fat and funky. I saw him with his shirt off the other day, he's fat.
Right there. It's like he's living in his own little reality show.
Doesn't stand a fucking chance!
And then we have the ultimate showdown of training footage. Jake training hard, looking like he's actually taking it seriously this time. But come on, can we really trust a guy who's been known for his social media theatrics? Meanwhile, Tyson is out there, still looking like a beast at his age, proving that experience counts. He's not just training, he's reminding the world that he's still Mike Tyson. But let's not forget the recent comments from Tyson about Jake's lack of respect. That's where things get serious. Tyson's not just some washed-up fighter trying to cling to fame, he's a boxing icon with a legacy. And Jake, well, he's playing the role of the spoiled kid who thinks he can get away with anything. Spoiler alert, he can't. It's almost painful to watch. The way Jake uses sarcasm, trying to downplay Tyson's experience, is just cringeworthy. Like when he called Tyson fat while he was stuffing his face with burgers. Newsflash, Jake, you're not exactly the picture of fitness either. You can't throw stones when your own house is made of glass. And speaking of fitness, can we talk about the fight itself? Tyson is preparing for this clash like it's his last stand. He's not just training, he's sharpening his skills and getting into fight shape. Meanwhile, Jake's throwing around his bottle of Prime like it's a magic potion that'll give him superpowers. Spoiler alert, it won't. And what about the odds? Joe Rogan said Tyson would have an easy win, and honestly, I can't see it any other way. I mean, when you've got a legend who knows every trick in the book against a guy who's still figuring out how to tie his shoelaces in the ring, it's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. It's almost sad. So what's the takeaway here? Jake Paul is entertaining, I'll give him that. He's made a name for himself through sheer audacity. But when it comes to stepping into the ring with a true heavyweight like Mike Tyson, he's in over his head. This isn't just a fight, it's a masterclass. And I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. This ain't a game, he warned, his voice dripping with authority. It was a stark reminder that behind the jovial exterior, Mike Tyson was a man who had faced the fiercest fighters in the world, a champion with a legacy etched in the annals of boxing history. As the days passed after the Cowboys game, Jake channeled the tension into his training regimen. The gym became his sanctuary, where sweat mixed with determination as he honed his skills. Each punch that landed on the pads reverberated with a fierce intensity, a testament to his dedication. Jake pushed himself harder than ever, fueled by the need to prove that he was not just a social media star, but a legitimate fighter capable of standing toe-to-toe with a boxing icon like Mike Tyson. "I'm ready for whatever Mike throws at me. This is my moment," he declared to the camera, a fiery determination in his eyes. Meanwhile, the media couldn't get enough of the growing rivalry. Clips of Jake's antics juxtaposed with serious interviews of Mike painted a picture of a young man trying to stake his claim against a titan of the sport. It was a spectacle that captivated audiences, and the stakes only seemed to rise. In one particular moment, Jake lounged on a couch, fast food spread out before him, as he watched Mikey on a podcast discussing his thoughts on Jake's physique. "He's lean, but also kind of fat. He needs to focus on discipline," Mikey's voice echoed through the room. Frustration bubbled inside Jake as he listened to Mikey's comments. Tossing aside a burger, he shouted at the screen, "Yo, Mike, you think I'm playing?" Just wait, it was a defiant response, one that showed his unwillingness to back down. The irony of Jake's fast food consumption while preparing for a fight was not lost on the viewers, but it only fueled the narrative. Jake was a man who thrived on controversy, even as he trained for the biggest fight of his life. Mike Tyson, on the other hand, was relentless in his training, channeling his fury into every punch. In a dimly lit gym, surrounded by reporters, he paced back and forth, visibly furious at Jake's antics. "That kid thinks he can disrespect me and get away with it. This isn't a joke," he exclaimed, his voice booming like thunder. He stopped, locking eyes with the camera, intensity radiating from him. "Jake, you're gonna regret every sarcastic word you've thrown my way. This is serious business." As the fight date approached, experts weighed in on the potential outcome. A roundtable discussion featured professional fighters and Joe Rogan, who analyzed the upcoming bout with keen insight. "Mike is a legend for a reason," Joe asserted, leaning forward in his chair. "Jake might be fast, but he's stepping into the ring with a true fighter. Experience is everything." Fighter 1 nodded in agreement. "Jake's got heart, but heart doesn't win fights. Mike will make quick work of him," he stated confidently. Fighter 2 chimed in, emphasizing the mental aspect of the game. "If Jake doesn't respect the game, he's in for a rude awakening." The consensus among the fighters was clear: Jake would need more than just speed and bravado to take down a man with Mike Tyson's pedigree. As the days ticked away, anticipation built to a fever pitch. Jake's training montages filled social media feeds, showcasing his relentless dedication. He was running, shadowboxing, and visualizing victory, each clip designed to build momentum and hype. Meanwhile, Mikey was hard at work too, hitting heavy bags with a ferocity that sent ripples through the boxing community. He was a force of nature, a man who had weathered countless storms in the ring and emerged victorious.
Same fate. I'm gonna knock out Jake Paul.
When you see Mike Tyson hitting them pads, you get a little nervous.
Here we are. Yeah, you know? Here we are. You fought against yourself and you won today.
Yes.
Look at the way he reacts. Days like that make a lot of difference in life. He fought against himself today. He came, he did the best train of the week.
Finally, fight night arrived, and the arena buzzed with palpable energy. Fans from all walks of life filled the seats, eager to witness the clash of two vastly different fighters, one a social media star, the other a living legend. As the announcer's voice boomed through the arena, the excitement reached its peak. "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event, Jake Paul vs. Mike Tyson." The crowd erupted, a cacophony of cheers and jeers, as both fighters made their way to the ring. Jake stepped into the ring first, the adrenaline surging through his veins. He bounced on his toes, a mixture of excitement and nervous energy coursing through him. Across the ring, Mike Tyson stood stoically, a warrior in his element. The contrast between the two was striking. Jake, with his youthful exuberance, and Mike, with the weight of experience etched across his face. The bell rang, signaling the start of round 1. The opening moments of the fight saw Jake employing his speed, darting around the ring and throwing quick jabs in an attempt to unsettle Micah. "Stay quick. Don't let him catch you," Jake whispered to himself, focusing on his strategy. However, Mikey remained composed, absorbing the punches with a calculated poise that only a seasoned fighter could muster. "This kid has no idea what he's in for," Mikey thought, his eyes tracking Jake's movements with hawk-like precision. As the rounds progressed, the tide began to turn. Jake, though quick and agile, found himself struggling to maintain the frenetic pace. Mikey's experience shone through as he gradually began to dictate the rhythm of the fight. Jake's bravado began to wane. The reality of facing a boxing legend settled heavily on his shoulders. "You won't take me down that easily," he shouted defiantly after taking a solid hit, but even he could feel the shift in momentum. The fight reached a pivotal turning point in the later rounds. Mikey, sensing weakness, unleashed his power, landing a series of punishing blows that left Jake reeling. The crowd gasped as Jake stumbled back after a powerful right hook caught him off guard. It was a moment of reckoning, the fight unfolding in ways that the young contender hadn't anticipated. "I can't let him break me," Jake thought desperately as he tried to regroup. But Mike was relentless, moving in for the kill. In the final round, both fighters were visibly fatigued, yet Mike's experience proved to be the deciding factor. He closed in on Jake, who was struggling to maintain his composure. "You're just a kid playing with fire," Mike taunted, his voice low and confident. In a swift motion, Mike unleashed a powerful combination that sent Jake crashing to the canvas. The crowd erupted, a mix of shock and exhilaration sweeping through the arena as the referee began the count. As Jake struggled to rise, determination flickered in his eyes. "This isn't over," Mike muttered weakly, but the reality was clear. Mike Tyson stood victorious, raising his arms in triumph as the crowd cheered. The fight was a testament to the power of experience and respect within the sport, a lesson that Jake was learning the hard way. In the aftermath, Jake sat in a post-fight interview, bruised but defiant. "I learned a lot tonight. Respect the game, respect the fighters. I'll be back," he stated, a fire still burning in his eyes. His resolve was palpable, and though he had faced a crushing defeat, he was determined to rise from the ashes, ready to fight another day. Meanwhile, Mike reflected on the bout, the challenges that lay ahead, and the respect he now felt for the younger fighter. "That kid has potential, but he needs to earn respect. This sport isn't for children," he remarked, acknowledging the talent Jake possessed despite his immaturity. As the camera faded to black, capturing both fighters walking away from the ring, a sense of mutual respect began to brew beneath the surface. The clash between
International Boxing Hall of Famer Jim Gray.
Let's get the official decision now as Jake Paul gets his 8th professional win.
Okay, I'll come in the room after.
This nigga right here. He's driving gloves.
You fucking hit him with that. Breathe and relax. You're fucking doing great. You're just back. You gotta keep your hands up though, baby. You need to fucking give me Muhammad Ali right here. Last minute.
This is good. Down goes Tommy Fury. Much more aggressive, Southern. This is what you Southern knocked down.
He has done it from time to time. Just haven't been. Askin has been hit. Now, there were moments in the last round where the body work.
Full body right now.
And as usual, with bad intentions, going to the body and the head now.
Stay up, Mike. Stay up, man.
Quick combination of the head, and down goes Nielsen.
We got to go to clean up.
He missed the jab, and then right on the head, right on the temple, and to hit someone on the forehead.
Give him some money, Jake. Give him money, Jake. Give him motherfucking money, Jake.
He's put out the pressure on from the first second.
Crouching wildly. And
Он может опередить.
The finishing stuff, what a fighter, absolute ferocity, what a game man. He took every
shit off.
Beautiful right hook. That was a beautiful right hook.
The night.
He was throwing him. Set him down with the right hand.
Fouls alive. A jab and a straight right hand. And right away, being put down, and then that left hand.
Now they are getting some Muay Thai on.
But all time, ain't that what they say?
You betcha.
Oh!
Jake Paul.
I couldn't tell whether or not that punch hurt. Tubbs is hurt. Tubbs is hurt badly.
I mean,
IBF, International Boxing Hall of Famer Jim Gray.
Let's get the official decision now as Jake Paul gets his 8th professional win.
Okay, I'll come in the room after. This nigga right here. He's driving gloves.
This bout is presented the Problem Child, Jake Paul.
And the Catskills in Henderson, Nevada, USA. He is from the IBF, Tyson.
All right, gentlemen, I gave you the rules in there. 2 legends.
Fight hard, fight clean, touch him up.
Here we go, live.
On the back shots, get caught with it.
Got it! Joe got it! Made him miss.
That's what I'm talking about.
Trying to make him pay. Look at the way he cut the angle on that.
Promising that this one will not.
That was a shot. That was a
Hospital task. The referee will have to
punch volume up again. You see the fighter week.
All of what they were in their prime, but Tyson.
I was wondering all week how will come out. Couldn't get a read on the guy.
To break this up, Grandma, they out there fighting again. Battered him with the right hand to the butt.
Absolutely.
Mike Tyson picking off. Liver and upstairs with that left hand again there. Mitz. Oh, and there he hosted by Mario Lopez. And what an eclectic team. He used that jab. Keep Tyson at distance. The exhibition is over. Mike Tyson.
Mike wants some more. What it
the
is.
God of Wars have summoned him. Getting Mike frustrated and Mike able to still break loose with his head movement, miss shots and make him pay. Classic.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great night of sports and entertainment, courtesy of GES Boxing and Sugar Ray Leonard, and a little help from Mr. Snoop Dogg, plus IBF, International Boxing Hall of Famer Jim Gray.
Let's get the official decision now as Jake Paul gets his 8th professional win.
Okay, I'll come in the room after. This nigga right here. He's driving gloves.
I called him
That's the one we made for Roy, too.
We were looking for you.
We were looking for you. We working your gloves.
The whole training camp. So I called you 3 times yesterday, man.
You took it. I knew I hit you with a good shot. You took it. You took it. I respect that.
Mr. Tyson, what do you think of that?
I'm good with that.
You think you won the fight?
Yeah, but I'm good with a draw.
Why?
Because I entertained the crowd. The crowd was happy with.
Folks, we have a knockout. Now, here's where it gets juicy. Joe Rogan once said Mike could finish this fight before we even finish our popcorn. And boy, was he right. I mean, Mike Tyson just sent Jake back to the land of TikTok and YouTube where he belongs. After the fight, Jake's like, "I got too comfortable leaning on the ropes." Really, Jake? You thought you were at a beach party instead of a boxing match? It's like he expected to ride out the storm while sipping a cocktail. And let's not forget Tyson's post-fight comment, "I felt a bit rusty." Rusty? Come on, Mike? That was like watching a seasoned chef whip up a 5-course meal while Jake was still figuring out how to boil water. Let's break down Jake's style for a second. I mean, the kid has heart. I'll give him that, but his punches looked more like enthusiastic slaps than anything resembling technique. And when he gets backed into a corner, it's like watching a deer caught in headlights. Now Mike, on the other hand, he's a monster. Every punch he throws is like a freight train coming at you. He's got that head movement, the footwork, the ability to read his opponent. Honestly, watching him is like watching a master painter at work if the canvas was Jake's face. The aftermath of this fight was nothing short of hilarious. Social media exploded. Memes of Jake's knockout were everywhere. Did you see that uppercut? It was trending like it was the hottest gossip on the block. You'd think the world just witnessed the second coming of Christ. What's next for Jake? A comeback? Maybe a rematch? Or perhaps a reality show titled "I Got Knocked Out, but My Hair Still Looks Good"? The possibilities are endless, folks. The boxing world has been abuzz with excitement, especially following the surprising news that two of the sport's most iconic figures, Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson, were teaming up for an intense training session. This unprecedented collaboration was aimed at preparing Tyson for his highly anticipated fight against Jake Paul. For those who follow boxing closely, the very notion of Mayweather, known for his unmatched defensive skills, working alongside Tyson, celebrated for his raw power and aggression, is nothing short of extraordinary. In the realm of boxing, greatness often comes through overcoming great challenges. Mayweather, with his unparalleled defensive prowess and undefeated record, has always been a student of the sport. Tyson, on the other hand, is renowned for his explosive power and aggressive style. The idea of merging their contrasting philosophies for a single training camp is intriguing and promises a fascinating fusion of tactics. Mayweather's insights the training session revealed.
And I'm happy that I was able to the ring with so many legendary fighters. You know, to become a great fighter, you had to become great. You had to fight great fighters. You had to fight good fighters. So I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for the certain guys that paved the way for me today.
Following their training session, Floyd Mayweather broke his silence to share his thoughts on the experience. He expressed admiration for Tyson's unwavering work ethic and passion for the sport. According to Mayweather, the focus of their session was twofold: refining Tyson's already formidable power and integrating defensive techniques that could provide an edge against a younger opponent like Jake Paul. Mayweather's approach to boxing has always been about precision, strategy, and mental toughness, qualities that have defined his storied career. Tyson's contribution, however, was characterized by his relentless intensity and aggression. Despite their contrasting styles, both legends found common ground in their shared respect for the sport and their commitment to excellence. As Tyson gears up for this high-profile bout, Francis Ngannou, the UFC heavyweight champion who trained under Tyson, has weighed in with his prediction. Ngannou, who knows Tyson's capabilities firsthand, believes that Tyson's experience will be a decisive factor. At 58, Tyson is significantly older than his opponent, Jake Paul, who is in the prime of his athletic career. Ngannou, however, remains confident in Tyson's ability to overcome Paul, citing Tyson's impressive skill set and still potent footwork. Despite this, medical experts have raised concerns about the potential health risks associated with Tyson's advanced age. Stephen Hughes, a senior lecturer in medicine, and Dave Hancock, a renowned fitness specialist, have both cautioned against the potential dangers Tyson could face in the ring, including subdural hematomas and strokes. However, Ngannou dismisses these concerns, suggesting that Tyson's agility and footwork remain impressive despite his age. Jake Paul's path from social media star to boxer. Jake Paul, once known primarily as a YouTuber, has made a name for himself in the boxing world with an impressive record. His decision to face Tyson, who started his professional career well before Paul was born, has sparked considerable debate. While Paul boasts a 9-1 professional boxing record, with his only loss coming against Tommy Fury, critics argue that his choice of opponents has often bypassed traditional boxing contenders. Paul's early career included bouts against former UFC champions like Anderson Silva and Tyron Woodley. Despite his critics, Paul remains resolute in his belief that facing Tyson is an honor. He has expressed that the opportunity to fight a boxing legend is a testament to his own growth as a fighter and is motivated by the challenge it represents.
In handcuffs, so I'm very careful when that guy comes out.
You break out in handcuffs.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh man.
Every time I drink, get ready to get in a fight, I break out in handcuffs. Hey, listen, and it's unfortunately I have to fight and be that guy. I wish I could stop that guy. That guy haunts me. That's. I wish I could stop that guy. I wish I could stop that guy. I wish that guy died, but he's here to stay.
I'm not scared. Sorry, I'm not scared of shit. No, not at all. Not at all. I was born for this. I was born for this moment. The universe told me this was going to happen. You can ask Mike. I did ayahuasca, called him up and said, we're going to fight on the biggest stage possible. It's destiny. And now here we are years later actually making it happen. I was made for this moment, born to do this, and I'm going to put on the performance of a lifetime on November 15th, and the universe will align for all of its glory and good for God.
The press conference held at Fanatics Fest 2024 in New York was a spectacle in itself. As Mike Tyson and Jake Paul took the stage, the atmosphere was charged with anticipation. Tyson was met with enthusiastic applause from the New York crowd while Paul faced a barrage of boos. The tension was palpable, with both fighters addressing the media and fans with a mixture of bravado and intensity. Jake Paul, unflinching in the face of criticism, confidently declared his readiness for the fight. He spoke of the universe aligning for this moment and his belief that he was destined to perform at the highest level. On the other hand, Tyson maintained a calm demeanor, focusing on his preparation and the strategy he planned to employ. As Tyson prepares for the bout, questions about his age and endurance loom large. At 58, Tyson is aware that he's not as nimble as he once was, but he remains confident in his raw power. The key to his strategy will be whether he can maintain his stamina throughout the fight, especially if it extends beyond the early rounds. Tyson's legendary knockout power still holds potential, but his ability to withstand the challenges posed by a younger opponent is critical. Tyson's confidence is tempered by a sense of realism. He acknowledges that while his physical attributes may have diminished, his experience and mental toughness are assets that could make a significant difference. The prospect of a prolonged fight raises concerns about Tyson's ability to adapt and execute his game plan effectively. Jake Paul's challenges facing a boxing icon. For Jake Paul, the upcoming bout represents his most significant challenge yet. Despite his impressive record and recent victories, Paul will be facing an opponent with unparalleled experience and power. The early rounds will be crucial for Paul as he tests his ability to withstand Tyson's punches and maintain his composure under pressure. The fight's outcome will hinge on whether Paul can adapt to Tyson's style and capitalize on any potential weaknesses. Paul's self-confidence is evident in his statements and preparation. He embraces the challenge of facing Tyson and views it as an opportunity to prove himself against one of the sport's greatest. However, he must contend with the fact that Tyson's power and experience are formidable, and any missteps could have significant consequences.
I thought Mike was a little bit weird. When he was pushing me, though, he was having the time of his life.
Yeah, so when Jake and Mike did their face-to-face at the end of the press conference, first thing Mike did was come up to Jake, started throwing punches, some pushes.
He's like giggling and smiling and shit.
Last press run for Mike when the fight was first on, you were tubby. Like, you were the tubbiest I've seen Jake. So I can't blame him for calling you tubby.
Peak male performance bod is fat.
The fight between Tyson and Paul has sparked a wide range of opinions. While some eagerly anticipate the spectacle and view it as a unique opportunity to see a legendary fighter in action, others criticize the matchup as a spectacle rather than a genuine test of boxing skill.
So, let's see what this press conference delivers. We know the fight is a joke, let's be honest. But let's see what the press conference delivers. See if it can get us any more excited for this absolute show. This farce of a fight, okay?
Michael Bisping, for instance, has expressed his disdain for the fight, labeling it a travesty and a joke. He argues that Tyson's age and the nature of the matchup undermine the integrity of boxing.
You are a disgrace to the combat sports world.
Mike, I love it.
You're an imposter. You're a wannabe.
One of the most
You're a fake.
all time fighting what you said.
Challenge yourself, you pathetic man. You pathetic individual. Fighting is about challenging yourself. Granted, businessman, yeah, killing it in that regard. But don't give me this fighter. That's what gets on my nerves.
Bisping's criticisms highlight the divide in public opinion.
You're going to pay me to do this? You're going to pay me $40 million, whatever the price tag is, to go out there and beat up a guy like that? Oh my God. I would have said, stick it up your ass. Give me someone who's my age, because that is not competition. And that is what a true fighter would say and should.
Some see the fight as a chance for Tyson to showcase his enduring prowess, while others view it as a spectacle that detracts from the sport's traditional values. The debate surrounding the fight underscores the evolving nature of boxing and the impact of modern media on the sport's perception.
58-year-old men are 58-year-old men no matter what they look like. Right. And Jake Paul is a 28-year-old athlete in the prime of his life.
Joe Rogan, a prominent commentator and podcast host, has shared his thoughts on the fight with Candid. While he acknowledges Tyson's historical significance and the intrigue of the matchup, Rogan also expresses concerns about Tyson's health and the age gap between the fighters. For both competitors to prioritize their safety and deliver a performance that reflects their best abilities. Rogan's insights add a layer of complexity to the discussion, as he balances his appreciation for Tyson's legacy with practical considerations about the fight's implications. His commentary reflects the broader concerns within the boxing community about the nature of the bout and its potential impact on both fighters. The fight's impact beyond the ring. The fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul is more than just a boxing match. It represents a confluence of different eras, styles, and motivations. Tyson's return to the ring, coupled with Paul's rise as a boxer, creates a compelling narrative that captures the imagination of fans and critics alike. The outcome of the fight will have implications beyond the ring. For Tyson, it represents a chance to prove that his legendary status still holds weight. For Paul, it is an opportunity to validate his place in the boxing world and silence his critics. The fight also highlights the evolving landscape of boxing, where traditional values and modern media intersect in unexpected ways. As the fight date approaches, the anticipation continues to build. On November 15th, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul will step into the ring for a bout that promises to be both electrifying and controversial. The outcome will be determined by a combination of Tyson's experience, power, and endurance, and Paul's resilience, skill, and adaptability. Regardless of the result, the fight will undoubtedly leave a lasting impact on the boxing world. It represents a unique intersection of past and present, showcasing the sport's enduring appeal and the evolving nature of its stars. Whether you're a longtime boxing fan or a newcomer intrigued by the spectacle, this matchup is one you won't want to miss. So, what do you think? Is this fight a worthy clash of legends, or does it undermine the sport's integrity? Will Mike Tyson's experience and power be enough to overcome Jake Paul's youth and determination? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know what you're expecting from this highly anticipated bout. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest boxing news and analysis. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Is undefeated in his young campaign of the Squared Circle, the popular media sensation and the undefeated boxer known as Jake Paul.
Okay, you're gonna beat this kid, Jake Paul?
Very badly.
Is what you call a turning point, folks. Okay, a minute and a half left here in round 5, and Jake's
Jake is done. Well, he's punches and bunches. He throws missiles, not just one bomb, freaking one after the other. Cuss would say he moved his head so great, the guy couldn't hit him with a machine gun.
Hey, listen, nobody's a perfect expert with two people in the ring. Anything can happen. Destiny's involved. I don't look at this like it's gonna be easy fight. This guy's gonna be prepared. I'm prepared for it. I'm training extremely hard. Yeah. Well, I like him, but in this particular fight, he has to go. I started Jake Paul off on my fight with Roy Jones. I allowed him to fight on the card, and I decided I started him, and I'm gonna finish him. I don't look at myself as a middle-aged man. I feel really good. When you're in the top physical and spiritual shape, you hear and notice everything. Highest form of relaxation.
Well, you'd fight Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I'll fight a lion if the price is right. How about me and Mike?
Water, they would say it's because I couldn't swim. And this is to make history. You know, people think I'm gonna get knocked out by this strong, powerful guy. All the people in my comments saying, look at his power, he's gonna get KO'd. People are yelling at me in the event. But what happens when I put this man to sleep? This shit is not a joke. He's saying that it's gonna be my funeral. He's saying it's gonna be my wake. He's gonna kill Jake Paul, all of these things. And that's why I love Mike, I respect him, but we're not friends anymore. Until November 15th, I'm knocking this motherfucker out, and we're gonna see who's dead.
Well, I commend Tyson because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion. And the only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. He lived his life the way he wanted to live.
58-year-old men are 58-year-old men no matter what they look like.
Right.
And Jake Paul is a 28-year-old athlete.
Oh, let's see what this press conference delivers. We know the fight is a joke.
Well, I commend Tyson because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion. And the only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. He lived his life the way he wanted to live.
And I'm happy that I was able to the ring with so many legendary fighters. You know, to become a great fighter, you had to become great. You had to fight great fighters. You had to fight good fighters. So I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for the certain guys that paved the way for me today.
58-year-old men are 58-year-old men no matter what they look like. Right. And Jake Paul is a 28-year-old athlete in the prime of his life.
I'm beautiful, and I've been training for a while, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
I'm just asking when you get into camp.
I'm okay to fight.
But when you get into camp, like when?
I'm in camp right now.
Very good, thank you.
I'm in camp right now.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
I love you, Mike.
Same.
And I'm very nervous for you.
Thank you for caring.
I do care. I care about you. And I care about my brother. And I know the path he's on right now. And it's ruthless, Mike.
I agree. It's pretty cool.
It's cool. It's so cool to watch. And he's really crushing it. And I just feel like I want you to be okay in there, Mike.
All right, let's kick things off with a quote from the man himself, Mike Tyson. He's been in the spotlight, doing interviews and sharing his thoughts about the upcoming fight. And let me tell you, it's both hilarious and intimidating at the same time.
Okay, you're gonna beat this kid, Jake Paul?
Very badly.
Here's what he had to say. Okay, you're going to beat this kid, Jake Paul, very badly. I don't look at this like it's going to be an easy fight. This guy is going to be prepared. I'm not, but I'm prepared for it. Training extremely hard. Now, let's pause right there. First off, did Mike just admit he's not prepared? I mean, this is the same guy who once said he'd fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. But sure, let's be honest about it, Mike. Meanwhile, he's out here training harder than ever. This kid, Jake Paul, better watch out. Iron Mike is coming in hot. Then Mike adds, yeah, well, I like him. But in this particular fight, he has to go. Now, hold on a second. Mike, you like him? Are we sure you're not talking about your pet tiger from back in the day? Because, honestly, there's nothing about Jake Paul that screams likable in a boxing ring. This is a guy who made his name on YouTube and now thinks he can take on one of the most fearsome fighters in history. You have to admire the audacity, though. I mean, who doesn't love a good underdog story? Tyson continues, I started Jake Paul off on my fight with Roy Jones. I allowed him to fight on the card, and I decided to start him, and I'm going to finish him. Wow, Mike. You're like the father figure of boxing, grooming little Jake for this moment. But really, finish him? I can already picture it, Jake, with his big dreams of being a champion, realizing he's in way over his head. It's like watching a toddler try to ride a bike without training wheels. Spoiler alert, it doesn't end well. Then there's this gem, I don't look at myself as a middle-aged man. I feel really good when you're in the top physical and spiritual shape. I mean, that's great, Mike. But I also don't think anyone's questioning your physical shape. You're Mike Tyson. You could probably still knock out a grizzly bear. Meanwhile, Jake Paul is out here flexing for Instagram like he's on a tropical vacation, thinking that'll help him in the ring. Spoiler alert, it won't. Tyson goes on to say, hey, listen, nobody's a perfect expert with two people in the ring. Anything can happen. Destiny's involved. Ah, yes, destiny. That magical force that we all hope is on our side during a big fight. But let's be real, unless destiny is packing a punch, it's not going to help Jake here. This isn't some fairy tale where the underdog magically rises to the occasion. This is a boxing match against one of the most feared fighters in history.
But you'd fight Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I'll fight a lion if the price is right.
How about me and Mike?
Then we get to the juicy part. Tyson responds to a question about fighting Tyson Fury. Yeah, I'll fight a lion if the price is right. Can we take a moment to appreciate that response? A lion? Seriously, Mike? At this point, it feels like he's just daring anyone to step up. Come at me, bro. It's like he's challenging the universe itself. Meanwhile, Jake is just trying to figure out how to stay upright in the ring. And then Tyson nails it with this line. All he does is throw punches and bunches. He throws missiles, not just one bomb. Freaking one after the other. Wow, Mike. A metaphor for Jake's boxing style or just a savage roast. Because let's be honest, Jake's punches look more like they belong in a toddler's boxing match than in the squared circle with Iron Mike. And let's not forget Tyson once knocked out opponents with a single blow. Tyson's confidence is palpable. Coos would say he moved his head so great the guy couldn't hit him with a machine gun. Ah, Cus Diamato. If he could see Tyson now, I bet he'd be shaking his head in disbelief at the thought of Jake Paul stepping into the ring with his prodigy. I mean, come on. Do people forget who Iron Mike Tyson is? He's a savage who used to play with full-grown tigers. This isn't just a man, this is a legend with a legacy. And he's ready to add Jake Paul's name to the list of people he's knocked out. Now, after all that hype, I've got to ask, are you as hyped as I am to see Jake Paul get flattened? Hit like if you're ready for the show, and let's hear your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Mike stands a chance against today's top heavyweights? Because if he can knock out a social media star with one punch, I think he's got a shot. So here we are, folks, leading up to what could be one of the biggest moments in boxing history. Picture this, the lights dim, the crowd roars, and in one corner, we have Mike Tyson, Iron Mike himself, the man, the myth, the legend. And in the other corner, we have Jake Paul, the self-proclaimed problem child who has somehow convinced himself that he can take on the heavyweight king. Let's break this down. Betting odds aside, it feels like an adult versus a child in this matchup. The last time I checked, Mike Tyson could probably knock Jake out with a single sneeze, but here we are. The kid is strutting around like he owns the place, probably thinking he's going to pull off an upset. As we approach fight night, I can only imagine what it's going to be like in the arena. Will Jake come in with his usual bravado, or will he finally realize he's outmatched? I can see the commentators now, struggling to find words to describe the impending destruction. Let's talk about the press conference. You know it's going to be gold. Jake will probably try to trash talk, throwing out lines like, "I'm going to beat the legendary Mike Tyson," while Mike just sits there smirking like he's heard this all before. I mean, come on. He's not just a fighter, he's a living legend. And once the dust settles and the smoke clears, what will we say? Will we see a humbled Jake Paul, licking his wounds and realizing that maybe he should stick to YouTube? Or will we witness a resurgent Mike Tyson, ready to take on whatever comes next in his storied career? One thing is for sure, Mike Tyson's legacy is already cemented in history. Whether he wins or loses against Jake, he's still Iron Mike. Meanwhile, Jake is still trying to figure out how to tie his boxing gloves. The real question is, can Mike capitalize on this opportunity to remind everyone why he's still a force to be reckoned with? As we gear up for this epic showdown, remember to keep your popcorn ready and your opinions flowing. I want to hear from you. Do you think Jake stands a chance? Or is Mike going to show him what it means to step into the ring with a real heavyweight? Let's get those comments rolling. And that's a wrap for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, keep your gloves up and your sarcasm sharper than ever.
One of the most devastating heavyweight KO punchers of all times, Iron Mike Tyson.
Count to 10, y'all two are the judges. Let's touch them up. Rook, when are you ready? Buck!
And we've had an accidental headbutt. I heard
Jake Paul seems pretty relaxed. Okay, because I'm like, you can't run in this.
I don't want any more of this.
Mike Tyson is out there fighting right now.
Yeah.
You still got it?
Well, there's a double, triple jab with Mike Tyson.
He does.
Referee encouraging them. Two legends left.
Will this be a round?
Possible task. The referee will have to really be on the.
I like a body. Then that left hook kind of landed.
That was a shot.
Right hand, maybe the side of the back, straight Paul up.
Oh, right hand to the body. Another hip hop OG Snoop Dogg. And look at this.
Nice combination.
I'm a little bit.
Uppercut from Jake Paul. Back
Too slow on his feet. Well, he was already fed up right there.
Yeah, that was
nice 1-2 there. That was a solid 1-2 by.
Ford remains. Just blocked right minute rounds.
Or so Willie just doesn't seem comfortable in there. He took a right hand from
liver and upstairs with that left hook, and there's a little of that bobbing weaving, of course.
Good exchange there in the inside. That was a pretty good uppercut, but that was pretty.
Up and not take no big hits, but keep it in tight like that.
But is it entertaining and exciting for?
He can't let Mike get